episode 69. For this very special episode, I've prepared a gauntlet of the hottest dives in Eorzea's most prominent ERP clubs. Just kidding. It's more Beast Tribe quests. Since last time we did the major story stuff for these we'll just speed through their daily quests to get again, decent sample set of what these look and feel like, and then grind the rest off screen before we're ready for more story stuff. By speed through, of course, I just mean read through as quickly as we can while absorbing the information but not really paying too much attention to everything. We of the Brotherhood of Ash are proud soldiers all, and even the greatest soldier can starve without sustenance, or be crippled by injury. We bear our battle wounds as badges of honor. Something with like shade. Shadowing is glitching in and out. Whatever. But a festering cut can take one's life as surely as the blade of one's foe. A true warrior neglects not the arts of healing. My task for you, honored ally, is simple yet needful. Gather from the desert plants of Zonrock the rejuvenating sap we use to solve our hurts. Though our foes make no use of such remedies, they will nevertheless be loath to relinquish them to you. Have a care you do not sustain such injuries that you fail to return. Oh, we gotta accept all three. The Brotherhood of Ash strives to return our people to the self-same glory our ancestors once knew. The fallen Amalja, however, grind our honor into the dust with every misguided and ignoble step they take. They swagger about like spoiled children, carrying weapons stripped from the Mikote captives as if they were hard-won trophies of war, when in fact, they are naught but garish reminders of craven ambushes and common pillaging. It is said that the arms of the Yu tribe are passed down from one generation to the next, that these weapons are revered as highly as the teachings of their ancestors. Though we of the Brotherhood follow a different path, it is anathema to us that the honor of the Mikote should be so spat upon. These Amalja brigands and scavengers have not earned the right to their spoils. Search their camps and reclaim all there is to be found, and when you have picked their caches clean, recover the rest from their bloody corpses. For we Amalja, Zonrock is more than merely dust and rock. It is sacred ground, and preservation of this holy land is our duty and our privilege. One of the greatest threats to its delicate balance are the voracious bronze tortoises. These insatiable creatures wander as their appetite leads them, feeding without surcease. Slaughtering them brings little respite, for they multiply at a seemingly unnatural pace. No honored ally, I would have you dispatch their matriarch, the mighty Lakovi. It is she that spawns her shell-backed children in such uncontrollable manners. To draw out the mother, however, you must first endanger her offspring. Slay the lesser tortoises, and the matriarch will soon appear. With her crushing weight and the snapping jaws, you will find Lakovi a worthy adversary. Somehow I doubt it. Oh, that's a mess, isn't it? Well, one at a time. More traveling salesman problem. What do we have here? Stats? Turtle. More turtles. A box. Another box. We're in the big Venn diagram of quests right now, looking at the minimap. Another turtle. Oh, and there's the Kobe. Oh my god. Worthy foe, maybe. Ah, but she goes down quick, despite her huge size. Still more circles. Oh, another plant. Alright, just a few more circles remaining. And this should be the last plant. And one more coffer. Welcome, honored ally. Have you the sap we require? Yes, this will allow our wounded to return to the front lines of battle, where a glorious death awaits. No true warrior wishes to wither away on a sickbed. Have you returned with the arms of the Yu tribe? Yes, the weapons of the Mikote are distinct from any the Amalja would craft. I would return these treasures to their forgotten Springs heirs, and salvage some measure of honor from my people. Honored ally, once more you show true warrior spirit. Words are as wind, but your deeds mark your path into greatness. With the death of Lakovi, you have slain a great great threat to our holy lands. It should be many years before another tortoise attains her size and claims the matriarch's name. Well, since this is a repeatable quest, I'm pretty sure that'll happen pretty quickly. But we must not grow complacent. The skyfires that seared the realm have shaken the foundations of all that we know to be true. And that's all we can do for the society quest of the Amalja. I would have liked to tack this onto the previous episode, but what I like even more is not going over on the amount of time I allot to one episode. And the last thing we can do with our remaining 3 allowances is, of course, the Sylph tribe. We already had a lot of dealings with the Sylph, and I guess we're kind of on friendly terms with them already, technically. Come to think of it, I guess we didn't interact with the evil Sylphs that much, the ones that are summoning Leviathan. I guess because they didn't summon Leviathan. Not Leviathan, no. Odin. No, not Odin. The other guy. Ramu. They didn't summon Ramu yet. Oh. Odin. Right. Odin. Odin. And of course these are the Ixal we can't interact with until we have crafting thing, but we can accept this quest for whatever reason. Well, maybe we'll do that. Now here's a woman who inspires confidence. It heartens me to see you stride into the adder's nest today, for I have a task of considerable breadth and even greater import. A task that calls out for a competent adventurer. Allow me to elaborate. In recent weeks, my eye has been drawn to unusual movements among the sylphs, those charming yet troublesome beastmen with whom we share our forest home. In hopes of shedding light on their intentions, be they malicious or benign, I dispatched a young researcher to Little Solace to investigate further. The fellow goes by the name of Voice. Mayhap you've heard of him? It would seem he is rather accomplished in the field. Well, Kawamori hasn't heard of Voice. But I remember Voice. Yes, I remember Voice well. He set out a fortnight ago, and has been sending regular reports ever since, that is, until some 3 days past. Though he was quick to assure me that his prodigious intellect and survival skills would ensure his safety, I cannot but help but fear he has come to harm. Such is my request to you. Travel to Little Solace, and inquire as to the well-being of our man. Seek out the sylph Omsio, whom has oft acted as an intermediary between our peoples. Now go in safety and in haste. The forest holds many dangers, these days more than ever. In a training. This might make getting a thumbnail annoying. Wow. I was gonna say the roof is so bad that we have to hold up the umbrella indoors even. Yeah. Some parts of the roof, huh? Oh well. Walking one walks with strength and purpose, yes. But this one is a busy one. State one's case and state it quickly. Scholar? Walking one is looking for smart one, yes. This one knows not smart one. This one does know bumbling, stumbling one, but what business would anyone have with that one? Stumbling one's whereabouts? Why, right over... Wherever did that one bumble off to? Bumbling one likely stumbled off to see the elder one. Stumbling one is always bothering elder one with silly questions. Bothersome one's blathering makes less sense than babbling brook, one thinks. Ah, brave one returns to these ones. This one is honored. Word of brave one's deeds comes often to Little Solace. These ones are honored to call brave one friend. Brave one is searching for scholarly one. Brave one cannot possibly mean that one. This one has met many walking ones, and that one has all the wits of a wing rat. 3 days ago, this one stumbled off to the Sylphlands, babbling something about research. This one knows little of research, but this one does know that the Sylphlands are no place for walking ones. And with this walking ones, that much the less. Yes, these ones' ancient home is now the domain of touched ones. And those ones mean danger for the ones and for these ones and walking ones alike. This one tried to stop the Witless one, but Witless one's ears are stuffed with beeswax. Ah. And that's wrapping up this quest, which means part 2 of the quest is going to be pretty soon. Bumbling one set off for the Sylphlands. Bumbling one is even dumber than this one thought. Touched ones will greet Bumbling one with boom and sizzle. Then Bumbling one will be crispy one. This one thinks it for the best. These ones will have one less worry. Walking one would go in search of that one. This one is confused. Take this one's word. That one is not worth the trouble. Walking one is certain. Then this one will not stand in walking one's way. But heed this one's warning. Be wary, or dead ones will number 2. Walking one will truly go in search of bumbling one. This one thought walking one was making a joke. Like the time this one stole bumbling one's undergarments. You still got those? Anyway. This one does not understand what walking one is thinking. This one would leave bumbling one to bumble on one's own. But oh well. To each one one's own. This one saw bumbling one stumble off towards Lark's Between this place and touched one's home, bumbling one is probably there shivering in stockings. If bumbling one found stockings anyway, which one doubts. Be warned, walking one, the trees have eyes. And report to touched ones. Walking one should not rush too quickly to bumbling one's aid, lest walking one fall into nasty trap. I don't think we're gonna get much nastier than you, buddy. Underwear thief. Oh good, it stopped raining. If there's a cutscene, then maybe I'll get a good thumbnail out of this. Walking one scribbles letters. Maybe walking one is smart enough, or a smart one that everyone was talking about. Smart one? Huh. Smart one would not stumble so stupidly into these one's domain. Someone help me. They'll eat me alive. Shush, stupid one. These ones have no need for eating. Or did stupid one not read that in stupid one's paper stacks? Stupid one is even stupider than this one thought. Now answer this one. Stupid one tries to sneak into these one's home and kidnap chosen one's podling, yes. Stupid one will confess, or stupid one will be shocky sizzly one. The chosen one? Podlings? What are... Aha. Did this one know it, or did this one know it? But this one... I was just repeating what you... Silence! This one here is sneaking one. What one goes there? This one knows, boss one. This one has seen walking one in little solace. Walking one is strong, not like stupid one. This one will deal with stupid one another day. Let these ones be off. Oh, friend, how can I ever repay you? I thought I was a gunner for sure. Whatever do you suppose got into those selves? The bestiaries describe them as such, a carefree, fun-loving folk, and my rather limited first-hand experience has been the same. But do tell, to whom do I owe this debt of gratitude? An adventurer dispatched by the order of the Twin Adder on behalf of little old me, you say? Ha ha! Bless the commander, always looking out for his charge. I'd like nothing more than to continue this conversation. Would you mind terribly if we did so back at Little Solace? This place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. And that's voice. We haven't seen all of Voice yet. You only get to see all of Voice if you continue the quest. Hopefully I have the time to do that. Oh, hello. I say, it's good to see you in one piece, friend. Oh, but where are my manners? I've not even properly introduced myself. Voice, Gridania's foremost scholar of Sylphic customs and lore, at your service. Well, at least, that's what I told the commander when I volunteered for this mission, just between you and me. I'm actually rather new to the field. But I've long been fascinated by the cute little critters, and I thought this the perfect opportunity to make a name for myself. Which reminds me, I was just thumbing through one of the tomes I borrowed from Stillgate Flame when I came across a particularly fascinating passage of a legendary sylph, who is said to possess such power that she controls the very fate of her people. Now I realize this might sound crazy, but I couldn't help but wonder if this might be the self-same Chosen One that frightful sylph was. Chosen One? Yes. Well, does this one know the legend? Chosen One, the one who embodies the spirit of all trees that ever have lived or ever will live in these one's forest home. Once every 1,000 years does Chosen One sprout forth, to lead these ones into a new era before returning to slumber. Birth and rebirth, such is the cycles of these one's civilization. 1,000 years, eh? So if the last record of this last recorded sighting of the Chosen One was, yes, that would mean the next rebirth would occur in, just give me a moment now. Is Carry the One and Elder One? Could it be that the rebirth of the Chosen One is nigh, and Touched Ones are plotting something? Huh, well, I'll be. I believe our sylph friend here has the right of it. This one does not like this at all. Something must be done. Something, yes, something indeed must be done. And yet, many questions of import remain to be answered, such as where we might find this Chosen One, and what is the true nature of the power she holds. And most importantly of all, where, pray tell, did I misplace my underclothes? I know not if this is related to the coming of the Chosen One, but the 12th is terribly chilly these days. But regardless, I swear now that I shall remain at Little Solace until these mysteries are unraveled. It was not by dumb luck that I was chosen for this task. No, the esteemed leaders of my nation knew that. No, they knew that. Why, it is rather cold, isn't it? If you'll allow me a moment's respite. Yes, we must search for the Chosen One. As soon as my throat clears up. Could there be a more fascinating subject of study than the sylphs? Each day is a veritable treasure trove of discovery and delight. Why, just yesterday I learned that, among their many acts of mischief, the sylphs rather enjoy stealing and concealing tomes and parchment. Just prior to that I learned... What was it again? Forgive me, I seem to have misplaced my journal. That voice. This one is worried. If Chosen One falls into the hands of the Touched Ones, it could mean the end of these ones. This one must see to the safety of Little Solace. The search for the Chosen One, this one would trust to Walking One. Coughing One spouts big words, but has not the strength to save these ones. This can be seen by anyone. And so this one turns to Walking One. Will Walking One help these ones? You can count on this one. Thank you, Walking One. Walking One is true friend to these ones. This one will not forget friendly one's kindness. Well, perhaps this chosen one, if Komori ever meets them, will give us a chance to learn more about summoning Ramu. Right, the quests are up there. Friendly one? Wait, is friendly one really friendly one? This one cannot trust anyone anymore. Why? Because touched ones have learned sneaky skin changing spell. Sneaky one changes skin, then jump out and hurt these ones. This one is afraid to leave little soulless. Friendly one does not hurt this one. Good. This one can trust friendly one and give friendly one Seaboom. Seaboom will let friendly one see through trained skin. See sneaky one sneaky selves. Friendly one will search for sneaky ones, yes? Bring an end to sneaky one sneaking. Whoa, what was this one? The peck of pumpkins that this one picked was purloined by a pack of pernicious ones. Or rather, this one dropped the sacks when startled by those ones. The flesh of ripened devil gourds produces a most striking yellow dye for weaving. Without it, these ones' cloth will be reduced to dreary rags. This one dropped gourds in Lark's Call, near one touched one's home. Walking one must hurry and collect the gourds before touched ones carry them all away. Will this one never see this one's dear friends again? Walking one, listen. Touched ones play terrible, terrible trick. Tricked scary gape maws into swallowing one's friend whole. Swallowing this one's friend's whole? What? What kind of trick is that? Poor ones. Walking one will save poor ones before they become dinner ones. Sweet smell of sap will open gape maw's big mouth. Walking one, please save this one's friend from belly of trouble. Maybe give me that quest first, so I can stop that guy from being digested or whatever. And you were worried about your dye. I guess that dye is more important than whoever this swallowed sylph is. Alright, what are we looking for in all of these circles? This circle is still here. There. Yeah, the gourds for the dye. For some reason, Garlean's out in the woods. And where the heck is that swallowed guy? Oh, these gape maws. Okay. I guess I can understand the urgency. This isn't, like, too urgent. Actually, this is a pretty funny prank, now that I think about it. Touch ones will pay for this. This one will have this one's revenged. sticky. Phew, what a relief. Belly of gate moss stinky and smelly. This one suggests walking one stay away. Well, I guess some people are into that kind of thing. I guess I could wrap my head around it. Kind of like the warm embrace of a sticky blanket or something. Although, the smell part, maybe I'm not so sure about. Phew, what a relief. Belly of gate moss, stinky and smelly. Oh, you said the same thing as your friend. That's a lot of devil gourds, sacks. Total of 5. What's this guy doing all the way out here? Many weapons for sale have I. Stabby ones, slicey ones, pokey ones, prickly ones. Seems legit to me, but as a prank, we'll just throw this at this guy. This super real guy. Oh. What's a fine lass like you doing all the way out here? Greetings, walking, adventurer. Would you be so kind as to show this little old lady to little Solus? Komori buys it, but she also throws bombs at the elderly for fun. What a surprise. Total shock. Where is that last guy? Or herself? With all the height that I get from flying around, I would have thought I'd spot them super easily. I must be blind. Probably passed over them quite a few times. This is the rest of the episode now. Me wandering around this red ring trying to find one character. Where could I possibly be missing this? Huh. It's my own fault. There's some kind of option here. Not sure where it is. Is it this? Oh, maybe I'll have to find it later. But just for the sake of UI not being cluttered, I turned off a lot of these things. Normally there's a sparkle that indicates a quest item that you interact with. But other than that, the obvious thing that you can interact with is usually marked by floating text above it, just like there's floating text over an enemy, or yourself usually. But I've turned those off for a lot of things, so without the sparkles, I glance over things like this. Well, I think I'll keep it off for the most part. This is really the only time it seems to have become a problem for me. Oh, you've gone and aggroed the others. What, another one? Where? Stool? Oh, right there. Oh, thank you, friendly one. Maybe that will teach sneaky ones that these ones are not so easily fooled. This one has no doubt that touched ones are planning more sneakiness. Pray do not leave these ones yet, friendly one. There were 5 sacks of gourds, yes? Please tell this one you found them all. This one's gourds. Walking one is such a strong and helpful one. Nothing like another walking one this one knows. This one cannot believe these two are both walking ones. This one will weave beautiful dress for helpful ones someday, but today, this one is busy. This one's friends are safe. How can this one ever thank walking one? When walking one first came, this one only saw a new target for tricks. Now this one sees a true friend. And that's all we can do with our current allotment of Society daily quest allowances. But I guess what we can still do is accept the introductory quest to the Ixal. Even if we did have the allowances, we would need some kind of crafting quest to continue them. But we can see how far it goes and at least clear off the blue quest from the map. Gilmore, we have ourselves a situation. Our scouts at Etot's Spire have sent word that the Ixal are attacking their position. They report that they have already weathered a sudden strafing run by one of the Birdman's blasted war balloons, and casualties were high. Have you seen these Beastmen dirigibles? The Ixal stock them with explosive munitions, and rain hell on their targets below. Even should they float within bow range, the balloon skins are thick and difficult to penetrate, though it can be done. Thus the spires we constructed throughout the Twelves Wood are Gridania's first line of defense against assault from the air. It's frustrating indeed, then, that recent conflicts have left them undermanned. I need you to head to the North Shroud immediately, and lend your strength to the garrison at Etot's Spire. I am certain Captain Guthrit will appreciate the help. Guess it's quickest to teleport out of here through the Aether net. Or I guess we could teleport here and it might be faster than walking. Well, we're already here. Lieutenant Scarlet sent you say? Praise Nofika. I believe the worst of the danger has passed. What few soldiers I command are both wounded and weary. 'Twas a well-placed shaft that was our salvation. The private's arrow managed to punch a hole clear through the balloon's air bladders, forcing the XIV vessel to flounder down into the trees. Ah, you could hear the squawking from here. 'Twas a well-placed shaft that was our salvation. You could hear the squawking from here. Anyway, I must admit, however, to feeling a moment of dread at the thought of that war balloon slipping past and drifting over the city walls. Thank the gods and a certain private that such a fate did not come to pass. Nevertheless, we are in no shape to repel the Ixal, should they prove able to press the attack. Pray head north into Peace Garden, and see what has become of their downed craft. Under the bridge? No. Ah, here we are. The kind of sparkles I usually look out for, barring the text. Did you find the drowned balloon? Was the vessel yet sound? I'm not sure if this came from the Birdman's craft or is part of another contraption entirely. There can, however, be no doubt that it is of XIV design. War balloons, such as the one you saw, were invented by the Ixal to assert their dominance over the skies. These vessels allow them to avoid our ground-based patrols and infiltrate the 12th Wood with impunity. And the Beastmen use them not only for acts of war, but also to haul away the trees felled by their ever-expanding logging operations. 'Twas to combat this unwelcome and destructive presence that we built guard towers throughout the forest, though I imagine the Ixal were quite displeased to find our borders thus reinforced. In fact, the primary purpose of this day's attack may well have been the destruction of Etat's spire itself. I'm torn, Komori. We must not weaken our defenses here, but I would be certain our enemy does not lurk nearby, awaiting an opportunity for sabotage. I would ask you to once more visit the crash site, and search the surrounding area for signs of our foes. I pray that my concerns are not more than the anxious workings of a tired mind. You want us to go back there? Why don't you come with us? Do the work. I guess he has a very important job of standing there. And back in the day, if you were to approach this area on land, guess you would find this downed dirigible marking the landscape. Is this a natural part? No. It's not a natural part of the landscape, it's just for the quest. And you would approach from this angle. Why was I interrupted? I think my controller might have a slight pull or dead zone or something. I don't know. Walk. Get away from there, no feathers. Ours to dismantle, war balloon is. Touch what is ours, you must not. Rights of salvage, yes, rights of salvage. Enough. So much screeching and cawing when threatened nothing. Featherless one has. Squawk. Chief Totolok. Hold part we sought. Hold part we sought, no feather does. Search through wreckage for nothing we did. Weak-bellied fledgling, calm down, you will. Speak with featherless one, Cecil shall. Could you be artisan? No. Clothing is all wrong, it is. Garb for honest work, it is not. Squawk, raise your weapon not. Ixal we are, but not the same kind that attack your tower. Balloon part you took. Value to you is little, yes? Have it from you, we would. Not by force, no. And not for nothing, we make deal, yes? Inside gate you come. Show you our work in return, Cecil shall. But chief, mean to let featherless one inside you cannot. Spread our secrets she will. Squawk, question chief you will not. Cecil's decision it is. Shut screechy beak, before plucked and strung from nearest tree branch you are. Fierce look featherless one has. Look forward to next meeting, Cecil does. Listen well, no feathers. If chief trust you betray, play skin from worthless bones we shall. And then inside the tribe's home proper, another gathering of just a few little houses and whatnot. Not the main force of the Ixal, but an offshoot. Kind of a hole in the ground, literally. Hope it doesn't flood with all this rain. Although I guess the airship would float. It's also the entrance from the other side over here. But I guess that's kind of the higher level entrance. Shielded from the rain. Brave you are to walk into Ixal Den. No such camp existed, you did not, eh? Now, have that balloon part and your name, Cecil would. Yes, Squawk. Search long for this we have. Thank you, Komori Moriko. Know you what this is, It is a special stone, used for making instrument to read speed of wind. Only found in Zelphatol, very rare. Even clever Cecil cannot build such instruments without it. Squawk? Seem confused, you do? You wonder why Cecil not go to Zelphatol and fetch some such stone himself? Tell you why, Cecil will. We are not like Ixal of Nadalan and other places. No. Fighting with forest people, outcast we are. Call ourselves Ekotl 9. Impressive, yes? Had nicer sound than Ekotl 20 or so. But one purpose we have, to fly free like the wind. For war with forest people, or pleasing greedy goddess, we care not. Fixed on heavens where our eyes are. Quest sync. Weird. I guess these quests, or it's teaching us about quest sync because these quests are a little bit different from the other Beast Tribe quests which don't sync your level. Because they are, of course, Disciple of the Hand quests. Not land, not gathering, only crafters. If we wanted to take this on, we would need some kind of crafting job, which Komori does not have. It's a shame. I think she'd be eager to learn the secrets of summoning Garuda from these guys if they knew anything about that. But she's not a crafter. Maybe someday. For now, this is a dead end. Now back in Gridania. Carpenter and I guess the only thing left is the Odin quest. We've wrapped up all the Beast Tribe stuff we can do in one day. And I guess all that's going to be on video until I grind out the remaining reputation for those tribes. I guess it works out nicely since we only get 12 allowances per day, which is just enough to do 3 per tribe, of the 4 tribes that we can do, excluding the Ixal. Although if we were doing the Ixal at the same time, that would be kind of a weird distribution. 12 does not divide nicely into 5, especially considering that the quests that you accept will give you different amounts of reputation. What is that? How can I get that umbrella? That's perfect. Oh, I guess it's not part of the gear, so you can't inspect it. Oh well. Well, I'm sure I can look up that black umbrella or something. Chicken. This leaves me the problem of what to do with the remaining minutes. I don't want to end this too early, but I may have no choice. I guess I could accept the Odin quest, but that is an even huger time sink than anything I can imagine. The Odin quest, the Odin trial, that you get from this, even though I started the quest for this in a previous episode, and can continue it now that I finished the Ultima Weapon quest, End of a Realm Reborn story. This would be a problem to accept at any point in time, even if I dedicated an entire episode, just because there'd be a long wait for the queue. Not just like the relic weapons. The relic weapons at least match you with matchmakers from the duty roulette. This does not do that kind of matchmaking. It is treated as a special kind of trial that only matchmakes with mentors and other people searching actively for this specific quest. In other words, your chances of actually getting this are slim to none through the duty finder. I think on my main character I had to wait even longer than I'd had to wait for the Chimera, and longer than for the... what was the other one? Not the Basilisk, the Hydra. The Hydra I had to wait 4 times as long as the Chimera, and I am not going to say how long that was. But if I had to wait for Odin, it would maybe be, I don't know, potentially as long or even twice as long as that. I don't even want to say how many hours that would be. And I have a schedule to keep. I can't wait forever on Komori Moriko. If I do Odin, I'll have to think about extenuating circumstances or something. I guess we can screw around in the Gold Saucer. Unfortunately, it's not the timing for one of the special events, but I guess I can at least pop in. Yep, no events going on. Just the worst timing. I can do the mini Cactpot. And I have the big Cactpot to turn in, but for whatever reason you can only do that at your home world, which I'm currently away from visit on. Can't even waste time doing that. No big hauls from this. Guess we'll go here. Alright, a decent haul. 3rd best haul there is. No big haul there. And no big haul there either. What about challenges? Do I have any challenges in the Gold Saucer for Komori? Nope, just to participate in gates. There's no currently active Triple Triad tournament going on. And I already did my challenges for doing these little mini-games. let's come up with a game plan for what we're going to do next. I've just now finished the Beast Tribe quests, and previously I did a little sampling of a Relic Reborn, which means I no longer have to do that. I also did all the side dungeons that were available in the base game of A Realm Reborn up to 2.0, including those which would only be available after the Ultimate Weapon. Which means I think I'm actually done with all of the side content that I wanted to do in 2.0. Of course, there's one big thing that I'm excluding, and I guess we'll maybe approach that. Approach it, but not actually interact with it. The other thing we have remaining from 2.0 would have been the first set of trials that came out around that time. And I guess there's also, of course, the extreme versions of the trials, which I guess comes from Primal Nature. Extreme versions, like Odin, only matchmake with the Mentor Roulette people, and also other people searching actively for the extreme trial itself. No wider matchmaking. So this would be hard to actually divest some time into. Of course, the extreme trials are pretty light on story content, just like what we did with the Free Garuda and Titan the second time we fought them. We just kind of are told about them being resummoned, and then go deal with them. Although there's a little bit more to it than that. Maybe at a later time I'll figure out something for that. Again, extenuating circumstances. But I don't think I'm ready to approach it right now. Unfortunately, this set of raids, which released with 2.0, is something that's exactly like that as well. Not all raids are like this. Only this set of raids from A Realm Reborn, starting in the next expansion and the following expansions, all raids are perfectly approachable by anybody who's a casual player, thanks to the duty roulette. However, this one is special because the format of the raids were not yet set in stone. They were still figuring things out. So not only are a lot of the mechanics, I guess, not approachable by casual players, I think a lot of the fights are maybe geared towards more intense loadouts or people able to communicate with each other in a way that you'd expect from a more hardcore raiding group. In later expansions, that becomes more of the focus on, what's it called, savage raids? And though savage raids do exist for this set of raids, the normal raids themselves are still kind of the ugly duckling of the raids in the current lineup. That doesn't mean we won't do them though. I'll just have to think about those extenuating circumstances again. Don't want to abandon this one. This one's pretty important. Of course, there are also the larger 24-man raids. These ones that you get from 2.0 are the 8-man ones, the first tier of them. And then in 2.1, you get the 24-man raid, the first tier of that. Then in 2.2, the next tier, second tier of the 8-man raid. 2.3, second tier of the 24-man raid. 2.4, the last tier of the 8-man raid. And 2.5, last tier of the 24-man raid. It's like that for all the expansions. They kind of kept that pattern going, sandwiching the 8-man between the 24-man and vice versa. In any case, we'll probably end up doing the 24-man raid first, even though chronologically that came out in 2.1, after the 8-man raid. But because that happens in 2.1, I think we're ready to actually start continuing the real story with Minfilia's 2.1 quests, which will be for next time. After all that tiring side quest stuff, I'm about ready to take a break.